Hey, brother and sister Christ, y'all know I'm on the roll this morning. Now, the Lord got me thinking about these purple lights. Because I put a text, a thing in the community, the Lord was telling me now they trying to go back to they going to the slavery days. And back in the slavery days when the slaves ran, they couldn't locate them. They had the dogs, they couldn't find them or nothing like that because, they run into the water. So now, behind the scene, they be doing all this stuff. They getting you this. And remember, the Lord told us about the black lights and the magnetic in the 5th generation, 6th generation. All this combined together. You get this. Remember, the man had showed the light and it light up and showed that it was him. Remember, it changed your DNA. Never know what they got into this. They putting all kind of stuff into this, and then they trying to get you to do this and to keep up with your phone. So you get rid of your phone now. You throw your phone away. They can still track you. And the purple lights and the 5G, since you get rid of your phone, or say for instance, if somebody do this in their hand. Now, what if somebody chop their hand off? They don't mind that hand gone, okay? Because they trying to get it any kind of way. If you don't do this, now they trying to do this chip. So now, made me think with these purple lights, they'll still find a way to see you at nighttime or something when you're on the run. You get rid of all this stuff, find a way to get rid of this stuff. Because even the ones that don't take this, be on the run, it ain't in your system. But then they're trying to find a way you keep this, or you don't do this, and you hold on to this. You get rid of this now. They still finding ways that they can still try to see you. Because why the purple light, y'all? At night, so they can identify you. Because I think I seen somebody did something like with the purple lights. Also, in a way, it could show like your warmth or something, and show your body heat or something going on, y'all. But this stuff all tied up together. They working this all together. These people been had this plan. Just waited until the right one get on up in there. But God allowed everything for a reason. But all this stuff, this purple light, this right here, because remember the person showed this in the magnetic, and then they showed that their vein was all light up with this stuff. Still show a way that you can't run. They'll still find you. Because if you get rid of this, your phone, you throw that away, they still try to have another way to find you. Identify who you are. To locate you. But even with the purple lights, because at nighttime. If you try to hide at nighttime. Y'all, and then they having all these insects and stuff, these bugs and stuff now. They got stuff now. They putting Satan, you turn you know what God say, every plant, remember that dream I told you, say not every plant, but animals, insects. A dream I had, and I told y'all about that insect, that beelzebub. And the Lord told me way back when he was having time myself, and he was talking to me a long time ago. He had me walking, and he told me all these animals. He showed me certain things ain't from him. Like these animals, Satan come up and use like he'll transfer into something else. Even as somebody you know what I'm saying? Come, let me tell you about my dream. Another part of my dream I'm had. Now the Lord got me into this. Because he could transform, right? Transform. And that's what God talking about, familiar spirits and stuff in your dreams. Demons come and come at just different people. So look, in one of my dreams, right? I know this girl, and I went to her house. And me and her was going upstairs, and when I'm sitting on her bed, she started telling me about this lady that we knew, but this woman died, been dead. And this woman, and she had a picture of the lady, and she showed me the lady hairstyle, and we was talking about the lady. But then when I turned around and talked back to the girl turned into the lady that the picture was. And I was like, Lord. So the Lord already showed me how she transformed. So then later on, I walked down the stairs and go back downstairs, and the girl turned back into the girl I was talking to. And then she was like, we should go to the movies after eat a drink. And I was like, I left because I was trying to leave, but she was trying to do something to still hold me back. I wasn't coming in no agreement to go nowhere with her. Because the Lord told me how she transformed, right? Because that's why God said, you ain't going to know who was real or not. But he's going to let us know. The only way we know is have a relationship with the Lord, y'all. And then, in my dream, another dream, I was walking, and this girl was with me, which was my niece. And as I was walking, y'all, I seen one of my stepbrothers had passed away. And she was talking to him. And I was like, what's she talking to him knowing he dead? But as I go over there to see, to try to talk to him, why he had 3 6s? He had a 6 here, a 6 here, and a 6 nose ring. And it was red. 666. And I was like, yeah, how he got his nose pierced? Satan be using all kinds of stuff, y'all. I'm telling you. That's why I say use a familiar spirit, people that you know. And she was talking to him. And he was dead. And he had 3 6s. A 6 in his ear, a red 6. They always red. A red small 6, a red small 6, and a nose ring that had a 6 in it. 666. The Lord said, don't be deceived, y'all. That's what God told me in that post. Don't be deceived. People, and that lets you know how even these demons and stuff come to people talking to these people that they the dead and all that imaginary. Witches. Tell you about them 2 pastors. One let me know what the other one I already know. I done heard what she said. Y'all, it just. And then when the Lord got me up to my irresponsible shepherds, then he gave me another scripture, y'all. It was talking about Daniel. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry, y'all. No, I'm trying to stay covered up. He was talking about Daniel with Nebuchadnezzar in a dream. Talking about, you know how Nebuchadnezzar had a dream and he went to Daniel. So the Lord was talking about dreams. So he had me in Daniel 2. Talking about Nebuchadnezzar with his dream. Daniel with the dream with Nebuchadnezzar. Because you know also, Nebuchadnezzar is those nations. You know, all the nations come together and make one. Nebuchadnezzar with Daniel with Nebuchadnezzar. Because the Lord gave us a scripture about that. I think it was Daniel 7. The vision of the 4 beasts. Let's read the vision of the 4 beasts right quick, y'all. Because I did a video, but I took it down because I was like, I didn't want to be off of my feelings when I'm doing something. Because I was talking about those soldiers when the Lord was telling me something wasn't right, how they had clean nails and stuff. But now I see what the Lord was telling me. He just steady telling me that things ain't like it seems. Because in them videos, y'all, them soldiers had, their nails was clean. One had nails clean. And they was telling people not to come here, not to come to UK. Don't come here, don't come here. That they got tricked into the military. They was clean. Their clothes was clean. They ain't have no dirt on them. One had like a little dust. But I'm like, and then in this war, and then I look at other places on the war, and it's so dark, like you can see the black dust. But then somebody said somebody was, that some people gave in. Y'all, I don't know. The Lord just be talking to me about so much. You got to be careful, y'all. So that when the Lord started yesterday and was telling me that things don't seem like it is, don't pay attention to, he's like, things don't even sound right to a certain extent and you pay attention. And then one video I had posted, it was, these guys was talking, I'm going to post it. These military guys was talking, they blurred their face out, but they had their hands behind their back and they was tied up. But one, when the first beginning of the video, you could see one of them had the same outfit on, and he was walking past the other one that was like this, and he had a gun sitting up. And I'm like, this the same person got the same outfit, and it's a gun sitting up here. And these people hold these other people hostage with their hands behind their back, tied. Wouldn't they shoot him? Like, why wouldn't they let him just be, why he just walking around? Why he ain't tied up? And he walking by a gun, and he got the same uniform on. And then I see in the next one, as you started going down the video, they got food sitting next to them. I'm like, how they eat? And they got their hands tied up, and this one just walking by this gun, and they ain't doing nothing. If they so much trust them, why all of them ain't got their hands free? But then you go to another video, these people in different rooms, and they got their hands free. It just, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to post them links again because the Lord gave me yesterday, but I took them down because when the man was talking about some give in, but it didn't even sound right to me. Even though they said they was tricked into a war, but they telling people, don't come here, don't come here. Some was giving up, but then there's stuff in the videos that the Lord brought my attention to. Like, come on now, look at this. Did they have time to wash them up? keep them clean, but they got a scratch on their nose. They got a scratch on their eye. And they all just got little scratches on their foreheads, and then they ain't looking really at the camera. And then one laying in the bed talking his legs broke, but I don't see no pain or nothing in his face. He just talking regular. And then I'm like, why he ain't showing his legs broke when he just got it all covered up with the cover on him? And he the only one with the cover on him, but the rest of them just standing up. I mean, sitting up. I don't know, y'all. God just told me be watching to things. Because people, they don't pay attention to what's behind the scene. That's what he was telling me. Look what's behind the scene. So I'm going to post some videos again, y'all. It just something the Lord brought to my attention. Somebody ain't right about this stuff. They do have war, but they add on extra stuff to it, y'all. You know how to hype man. They always got something to try to hype it up and make it even better because they still get paid with these views and everything else too. Likes and follows. Because I'm like, at one of them, I'm like, why this man walking and he got the same military outfit they on and the rest of them sitting down with their hands behind their back, but he walking and the gun sitting up here, and why he free and the rest of them locked up, and he could have got the gun and shot these people. Like, why he up walking around? It seemed like he was smoking or something. He put something out like a cigarette or something. He got the same color uniform on, but the rest of them just sitting like this with their hands back and then food all on the side of them. I'm like, how they eating the food and their hands tied up? Y'all don't sound right to me, but they blur their face out. I don't know, y'all. I'm just bringing it to y'all attention. But let's go to Daniel 7. In the first year of the Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head and visions of his head while on his bed. Then he wrote down the dream, telling the main facts. Daniel spoke, saying, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven were stirring up the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, each different from the other. The first was like a lion, and had eagle wings. I watched till its wings were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made a stand on 2 feet like a man, and a man's heart was given to it. So you know these are demons and got man heart. So God letting you know these nations, these demons, y'all. And that's why I told you, I don't know if I did load that other video, but I'm going to say it again because I don't know for sure. Y'all, I was tired last night. And then what the Lord told me about the hybrids. See how these different animals, they all come together? And even with Nebuchadnezzar, all these different beasts come together and make one. That's how them hybrids. They trying to do them hybrid animals and hybrid kids. Because they all trying to do these different beasts. It's physical and spiritual. So, because these were different beasts. And it's spiritual and physical. Y'all understand? These different demons coming together. And so the hybrid, they doing hybrid kids and hybrid animals. Now, okay, so the first was like a lion and had eagle wings. I watched it till his wings were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth and made a stand on 2 feet like a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And suddenly another beast, a second like a bear, it was raised on one side and had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. And they said to it, arise, devour much flesh. Look, arise, devour much flesh. After this I looked, and there was another like a leopard, which had on its 4 wings of a bird, and the beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Y'all, let's go back up here. Remember it says, and suddenly another beast, a second one like a bear. It was raised up on one side and had 3 ribs in his mouth. Look, 3 ribs in his mouth, right? In his mouth, 3 ribs in his mouth between his teeth. And they said thus to it, arise, devour much flesh. Flesh. So what? He eating flesh? So like a cannibalistic. The Lord said, look at the word flesh, and then look in between his teeth. Because why you got to say flesh? Well, he could just say it, flesh. He's talking about people. After this, I looked, and there was another like a leopard, which had its back 4 wings of a bird. A beast had 4 heads, and a dominion was given to it. Look, and dominion was given to it. Dominion. What the Lord said, He had us, created us to have dominion over the earth. This 4 wings of a bird, the beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. 4 heads. Y'all know these nations. After this, I saw in a night vision, and behold, a 4th beast dreadful and terrible, exceedingly strong. It had huge iron teeth, and it was devouring, breaking into pieces, and trampling residue with its feet. With its feet, it was different from all the other beasts there were. It was different from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I was I was considering the horns, and there was another horn, a little one coming up among them. Before them, before whom the 3 of the first horns were plucked out by the root, and there in his horn, excuse me, y'all. And there in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking of preposterous words. And I watched till thorns were put in place, and the ancient days was seated. His garment was white as snow. You know, he's talking about the Antichrist, and talking about the Lord. And the hair of his head was like a pure wool, and his throne was fiery flame. His wheels a burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. 1,000 ministered to him. 10,000 times stood before him. The court was seated, and the books were opened. I watched then because of the sound of the preposterous words which the horn was speaking. I watched till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. As for the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for the season at a time. So they had their dominion taken away. No, the Lord taking over. I was watching in the night vision, and behold, one looked like the Son of Man coming from the clouds of heaven. He came into the ancient days, and they brought him near before him. Then to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, and all the peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass by, and his kingdom the one which shall not be destroyed. So you know the Lord, Daniel just repeating over again in Revelation. What happened? But that when the Lord talking about death and Hades, when God said March the 1st, the Lord told us this, y'all. Y'all continue to stay into the Lord and keep the Sabbath. Keep your eyes on the Lord. Don't be distracted by the stuff. He tell us to be alert what's going on around us, but don't have no fear, y'all. God's going to take care of everything. That's why I say people talking about the world going to normal. No, it's not. All these false prophets and all this, and want to prophesy and this and this and that, and talking about peace. God say it ain't no peace. Keep your eyes on the Lord, y'all. But I want to bring this back to y'all, because then I'm like, I'm going to put them links at the bottom about the men, because I'm like, something ain't right, y'all. Even though I know some escaped, but it's so dirty and bombing, and what did they just go over there and just say, take me, I ain't with them, and then some held hostage, and they on the ground, and I don't see their outfits dirty. Y'all, there's so much stuff going on. That's why God said you can't believe this social media. But I'm going to put them 2 links at the bottom, y'all. I'm just giving y'all what I see. But the Lord, you know what I'm saying, He brings to my attention. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name. No, things will never be the same. Worship and glorify His holy name, Jesus Christ.